Jeffery Simmons joins us now. Jeff, how we doing, man? Good morning.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
What's up, Jeff?
I'm good. How does it feel getting a victory, but I know a divisional win, especially over Houston? Got to be watching the sun be a little bit brighter this morning, right?
Well, definitely. Just waking up, even after that game, man, it just felt so great, even in the locker room. Like I said, I even said it after the game, to see our owner in that locker room and the discussion we had Saturday night at the hotel when Callie got up and talked in front of the team and, just talking about the game, and which, we knew that already how much this game meant, to this organization, to our owner, and, just to go out there and put a performance like we did, especially in the second half from the defense, man, it felt great. And there's no better feeling than doing it in our division, but also against a team like that. So.
Mm-hmm. Jeffery Simmons, our guest this morning here on Ramon Kalen Will.
I've been meaning to ask you this, Jeff, because we talk about this a lot on this show. When you're going through adversity throughout a season, especially with a new head coach, I brought up the fact that, at least for the media side of things, Brian Callahan has been so transparent from us. Obviously, in the beginning when things were good, but even when things, were kind of rough there in the middle, he still was the same transparent Brian Callahan. I'm wondering if that's been the case for you inside that locker room with him from start to where you are now.
Yeah, Kayla, I would say Coach Callahan haven't changed not one time. His message is the same, and he tell us, especially when the adversity hit, when we was losing, we just have to clean up. He trusting us, and like I've been said, I trust in Callie to lead this football team and to get us where we want to be at. And not one time, win or lose, he gonna show us the things that we could do better, and he's showing us the things that we're doing good. And even when we losing, it's not all about the things that, we doing, they're losing. Again, he's showing us the things that we're doing good that we need more of. And just his energy, and you can see the passion. He want to win, and like I said, the conversation that we have, especially the night before the game, and just remember the night before we played Minnesota, when he got up and talked in front of the team, it's like the energy that you feel from him. It's like, I don't understand it sometimes, because it's just like, that's the type of coach you want to go to war for. It's not all of, he's not all like the all in the media type guy, but trust me, when he get in front of the team and, he talking in that locker room, guys listen and guys have it back. And like I said, I think that's right there probably where it started. No matter we win or lose, he don't change. His message don't change. It's all about how can we get better and how can we find a way to win. So the same way you're doing with you guys in the media, it's the same thing with us in the locker room. We respect that especially as players in the locker room, and I'm sure especially guys who've been in this league, they can respect that as a coach, as a player from a coach. So like I say, just his energy, and he hasn't changed since he's been here. The only thing that I say he demand, and when he get pissed off, you gonna know when he's pissed off. He gonna let that be known as well. So like I said, you can respect that as a coach for sure.
Jeffery Simmons joined us this morning on RK-Dub after the win at Houston. Speaking of that, we talked to you guys about the division, a lot of those games in front of you. We talked about that last week, and you guys said, we feel like we have a lot to play for, which you do, and then you go into Houston, you get that win. How much confidence does that give this team, Jeff?
That was a big confidence booster. I would say, we said, everyone, I'm sure everybody in that locker room have some type of social media. No one give us a chance. No matter what game it is, like every single time we step on the field, which, they should. Our record don't show, and the type of, sometimes we go out there, we don't play our best football. But at the end of the day, we know who we are as a team, and we know the type of guys who got in that locker room. And I know that we could get the job done. So to be able to go out there against a team that, quite frankly, no one thought we could beat. And, we believed in ourselves. We believed in the preparation. Like I said, we came down to, especially talking to the defense on the sideline, like we are going to win this game. Like no matter whatever it takes, we're going to go out there, get a stop, and we did. So just to have each other back throughout that game, I think that's what you call a football team. That's the reason why you go through OTA, you go through training camp, and you get to the season. Things not always pretty, but when you're able to actually get out there on the field and I can play for each other, that's what it's all about. And now that we show that no matter what may go on through the game, as long as we have each other back, as long as we playing for each other, we can pick each other up. Offense not doing good or defense, whatever it may be, special team, like we go out there and put the fire out, and that's what builds confidence. When you playing for each other, you letting guys know when they're coming out the field, pick your head up, we got your back. Like that's what it's about. That's the type of foundation. That's the type of culture we're trying to build and continue. That the people always think that the foundation and everything. I mean, the culture sort of just sit there in the beginning of the season. It's all about throughout the season, and that's one of the things where we try to preach throughout the season and try to keep all the message clear and kind of throughout the season. So I think that's a big booster for us, and especially with how young our team is. That right there showed that we could play with anybody in this league, especially in our division.
Tennessee Titans, Jeffery Simmons with us, lineman Jeffery Simmons with us this morning. Jeff, on the Victory Monday. Man, I have to ask you a question. I know how locker room conversations stay locker room conversations or moments, so you ain't got to give the answer if you don't want to. But after the game, I saw you beeline over to Will Levis before the TV network grabbed him, and you said something to him. Is there anything that you want to, divulge to us on the message you have for him? Because, again, if there's anybody that's taking a lot of shots this year, and rightfully so, to your point, you get what you deserve in this league. It was him. Is there anything that you said to him after the game, man, that you were willing to kind of let us know?
It's one of those things where even before the game, I just told him be him. The way he's quarterback of the NFL team, they get criticized the most out of anybody on the team, on the field. So at the end of the day, I don't care about him going out there having that turnover or whatever it may be. However it happened, it happened. But at the same time, he didn't not one time flinch. And that's a great thing and that's the thing that you see the improvements from Will. And, as a defensive guy, when you have a quarterback, no matter how many times he got hit, no matter the interception he threw, not one time did he flinch. And that's the type of player that no matter what happened on the offense side, you go on that field and you be like, I got your back. We'll get the ball right back to you. Or we're going to go get another stop, go down there and score. Let's go win this game. And I told him after the game, hell of a job. Way to go out there and finish this game. You played your ass off. Excuse my language, but
no, you're
you can
fine.
say that
you
word.
Can say that.
That one's cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you played your tail off, and just is like the resiliency that he showed throughout that game. That's what it's about, man. And I know for a fact, and like I said, we all said he got criticized a lot, early on, especially before when he got hurt. And honestly, man, these last couple games, Will been playing his tail off, and that's respect to him and props to him by just keeping his head down and believing in himself. When you have confidence and you build that type of confidence, that's when you go out there and play free, you have fun, and you help your team win football games. So,
man, for sure. On the other side of that, man, you had a few firsts yesterday, man. You had Jarvis Brownlee Jr. get his first pick. You had T'Vondre Sweat get his first sack in front of his hometown. I'm sure his folks was there in front of him also. One thing for sure, man, is a football team is built a lot of different ways. And the youth, of course, pushes the envelope when it comes to those type of moments when they're led by guys like yourself and Arden and others, right? How big of a contribution and boost has it been to watch those young dudes, man, even through losing? Because I see JC too get frustrated, to actually contribute and help you win and the payoff of that.
First I started in my room, even like with Sweat, man, like I always tell people, with him, the sky's the limit, man. Like I see the type of the growth in his game that especially from training camp up to now, like he's continuing to grow. and he's still so young, man. Like, you can tell, like, he's still a rookie. At the end of the day, man, to be able to do what he do out there on that field is, like, unbelievable, man. And it's been so much fun to actually play next to a true nose tackle, man, that I honestly haven't had here. So it's like when you got that type of, like, guy who can dominate, especially one-on-ones, because even on that sack, man, you can tell, like, I'm like, because we were getting that protection the whole game where, when I was wrapped, the center going to come off, he going to follow me with the backside guard. And just the move that he did on Shaq Mason, like, that's what you expect out of your nose tackle, to be able to win on one-on-ones. And he should have had more than that. Even the last couple of weeks, he has been getting in the backfield. He has been winning more one-on-ones. I don't know what's his snap count, but, like, I think yesterday we both probably played over, 70% of the snap, 80% of the snap. So it's like when you get that big, can move like that, and also in shape to be able to have that type of endurance, that's what you want out of your nose tackle. Because, and I appreciate to him, and we hear it from everyone else. The way we go, the defense goes. If we go out there, not energy, no energy, and you're not making no plays, then now the energy down on defense. So, and I was preaching that to him yesterday throughout the game. The way we go, the way this team goes. The way we go, when we go out there and make plays, now look at the energy. You got your sack, and look at the energy. And I even joke with him. I'm like, dang, I know you spent a lot of money on tickets. It's like you had like 40 people at the game.
That cost him.
I've seen his picture after the game, all his son. But that's cool, man, to be able to get your first sack in front of a lot of family members. And I could, just getting chills. Just remember my first sack. Remember all my family came to Tennessee to my first game. So to be able to get your first sack, especially in your hometown, I know that meant a lot to him. And even with Jarvis, man, like, that's a guy who, you have saw the growth, the Nard be on him harder than probably anybody in the room. Like, I'm talking about every single day because we know how much potential Jarvis has, and it's showing. The Nard have been putting him on guys who typically the number one receiver.
Right.
He has held his own. Has it been perfect? No, no one's perfect. But the fact that he go out there and battle his tail off every single game, that's what you want as a young corner, especially. So just the guys who, young guys, and that just not dumb guys. Be able to, even like Worley, 10 minutes before the game, we found out that Hook wasn't playing.
Yeah.
That's the opportunity that the guys, because quite frankly, Jarvis wasn't even a starter in the beginning of the season. He playing meaningful snaps for us because we have our two starters down right now. So it's like you got guys like that can come in and you really not missing a beat. That's what the type of team you need, and that's even props to Denard by making sure everybody ready to play. So
no doubt.
And by the way, you are right. You played 87% of the snaps to Vondre, 81. So you guys led the way on the D-line. There you go.
I love it. Love it. Jeffery Simmons with us here on Ramon, Kayla, and Will. Jeff, there are a lot of teams around this league, 2 wins out of the first 10 games that are quitting all around the league. And you see teams get worse as things don't go their way. You guys are on a different trajectory, though. You guys appear to be getting better on both sides of the ball in a lot of areas. How much have you taken it upon yourself to be that voice in the locker room, to keep guys engaged and keep motivating these players? Because, Jeff, it's clear to us that you guys have certainly not given up in any sort of context, and you might be on an upward trajectory.
I would say, man, the biggest thing for us, we don't, no matter what the record may be, no matter what's going on throughout that game, it's no quitting in the team. Because, like I said, we know who we are. Like, we know we have a great team. We just, like I said, the record don't show that. And sometimes the situation we get into the games, it's hard to come out. It's hard to dig yourself back out of them holes during them games. But that just popped to us who we are as a team. And that's the foundation that we built through our training camp. When adversity strike, are you going to quit? Or you going to find a way to help your team whatever it may be, help your team get a win, or if it's at practice, you're going to fix it, or you're going to move on, or you're going to cry about it, or whatever it may be. Like, this is a grown man league. This is not a league where guys going to sit around and pout and cry and, like, whatever it may be. Like, we trying to figure out, especially on the defensive side, what can we do better? How can we go out there, get a stop, 3-and-out, turnover, whatever it may be to help our offense out, or vice versa. Offense, go down there, score. We're going to get y'all the ball back. Whatever it may be, man, it's the foundation that we try to build through training camp and leading up to the season, And then two of where we talk about the resiliency and relentless. It's like when you can have them two things, no matter what, the highs or the lows, because we know in this league there's a lot of highs and a lot of lows. And if you're able to balance them two, when things are going good, when things maybe not going bad, that's where you get a good team, because we call them front runners. You don't want no front runners out there. What about it when things going bad? Or you sitting on the sideline, pointing fingers, blaming each other. It's all about we want people who can fix the issue. Not sit in corners and kind of, I guess I keep wanting to say the word, but pout about it. Yeah,
mope around.
Not sit in the corner and try to get in them small groups and pout about it. We want people who can go out there and fix the issue. So, and I think we have a team full of them guys and a team full of guys who want to win. So, however long it takes, that'd be my message. However long it takes, we have to play clean football. So, we go out there with a mindset that no matter what happens, we're gonna fight to the end.
So I do have to ask you, it is Thanksgiving week. I feel like you're the guy who brings in the turkey. Or am I wrong on this, Jeffery Simmons?
Well, actually, I tell everybody. I said y'all can skip y'all can skip all the food. I need my and they want everybody in the locker room. Even after the game yesterday, it was like, it's not pecan, it's pecan. I call it pecan. I'm from the South, so I call it pecan. They can skip all the turkey and all that. I just make sure, and my family knows, make sure I got me a pecan pie in the house. I have me 2 or 3 slices of that, and I'll be good.
I love it. It is pecan, by the way, and I'm from the West Coast, so there you go.
Pecan, man.
Yeah,
everybody. Look, I was talking to even I think it was Jarvis and them yesterday. It was like, what are you saying? I said pecan. Like, are you trying to say pecan? So that's they from Florida. So I was just messing with them, but yeah, I gotta make sure I have some pecan pie.
Yeah,
Okay.
Florida's not the South. Florida's just Florida. I know, Jeff, you were also focused on a pretty big football game this weekend. I know a big one anytime the Egg Bowl's played. I mean, I feel like you could just get a healthy helping of an upset win over Ole Miss, and you'd be content, right?
Man, the way Mississippi State going, and Mississippi State season being this year, if we could go up there and upset Ole Miss, that would make my year. I don't care about all the losses we done had this year. If we could go and upset Ole Miss and ruin and spoil their playoff hopes, that'll make my year.
No doubt.
It's a throw out the records kind of game, Jeff, as you know. It's one of those record doesn't mean anything, right?
I pray to God we go out there and just destroy them.
Smack them down.
It's always a close game, but we know how much that game means to the state of Mississippi, and I wish some guys had that little edge. Every time I played Old Piss, we used to have a fight. We used to dang near fight, some type of scuffle. Like that's the type of robbery I'm used to. Hopefully, them guys can play with a little edge like that.
I love the nicknames. See, we all
That's
have
what I
nicknames
wanted,
for our
Jeff.
rivalries. I love
That's what I wanted.
Was it we call Kentucky,
Kentucky, and Vandy
we
Candy.
call Vandy Candy. Look, Jeff, when it comes to the season,
I love that.
talk your stuff, Jeff. That's
So
all
whoever
I'm
gets a
talking
touchdown
about.
on this one, they need to raise their leg like the old celebration
Elijah
back.
Moore.
Yeah, Elijah Moore. So
Hey, that's what
great.
Yeah, I remember DK Metcalf started that.
Yeah,
You sure
I'm
did.
here for it,
Jeffery
dog.
Simmons, our guest. Titans getting the win in Houston yesterday. Jeff, we always appreciate you catching up with us, man.
I appreciate you guys for always having me. Always a pleasure.
Appreciate you, Jeff.
Yes, sir. There he is, the man himself, Jeffery Simmons, joining
Good
us
stuff.
here this morning on the show. Always appreciate his time morning after.